Okay. Where's he positioned? Because he's all the way like to the right. Can you scoot over just a little bit? Just a tiny bit. There you go. Yeah, right there.
Like right here.
Yeah, see, that looks good. Look at that. Look at that. That looks good.
My God,
okay,
love,
perfect.
look at that.
Put the mic like to your mouth, like you're gonna swallow it.
A little sucky suck?
Yeah, just a little higher.
Kind of
There
like
you go.
there.
Yeah. There you go.
Beautiful. Okay.
I want it real close to your mouth. You know how I like it.
Yeah, as anybody would. You know?
I would.
As anybody would.
Good morning, YouTube world. My name is Joshua Coates, your overnight success story, and this is Sips and Slides. Today, I've got a sex icon.
Yes, we do, baby.
On the podcast. We're also going to be We're also sponsored today, and we'll get to that later. We got a sex icon. His name is Shane. What's your last name?
That is undisclosed information right there.
Oh, never mind. I have it in my phone as musician.
There you go. That's
Shane
good enough for me.
musician.
Hey, bro, that's good enough for me.
Yeah?
You know? Yeah, that's
Okay.
perfect.
Cool. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about. But first, obviously you see this eclectic, I think that's the word, an eclectic,
eccentric, unique, divine,
sexual, all
very
the words.
Sexual, very sexual.
Gentlemen in front of you, for the audience. How do we know each other?
Well, we go way back. So about, I would say
weeks.
like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You said 2 weeks?
Yeah,
I was like, bro,
kidding.
you're tripping, bro.
Yeah.
So
You got to be
2
closer
years
to the
ago-
mic. I keep telling you.
Okay. I'm going to get closer. Like, I'm going to suck this thing off.
Thank
ready?
you, please.
So, about 2 years ago.
So,
yeah,
okay.
literally.
Yeah.
You got to open, really let the throat, and just let it slide down. It's a technique, actually, if you guys didn't know that. You got to cradle the balls, stroke the shaft, swallow the gravy, you know? I'm kidding. But anyways, I met this fucker 2 years ago. It was a blessing that I met him. I love Joshua to death. If you don't know him, it's a good guy. You should know him. There's a place owned by Flagship Restaurant Group called Palma, Ghost Donkey, Champagne Lanes. It's 3 different concepts in one. But I was a mixologist over there, or bartender, and that's where I met him, bartending behind the bar for downtown Phoenix late at night, getting crazy, you know,
Yeah.
doing little swifty things. So that's how I met this guy.
And
It
I
was
will
a blessing.
tell you, he is a better bartender than I will ever be.
So speaking of bartending, actually, I do work at a speakeasy right now in downtown Phoenix. It's underneath the Renaissance Hotel.
What's it called?
It's called Melinda's Alley. It's really, really cool. If
I didn't even
you've
know
ever
this.
checked it out, you guys got to go there. I'm one of the lead mixologists down there. It's me, Milton, and Kendall. And we get pretty crazy, bro.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like vampire vibes. It used to be a opium den and a brothel back in like...
I'm sorry, what? An opium den?
Opium den and a brothel back in 1912. No cap, bro.
You're like, every time I go, I'm still high. Like
I guess, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm always high, but you know.
Okay, wow. So I wanted to start there so that way, you know, we can get like
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, so this is the first time I'm using these. So I don't know where it's supposed to be to
I
my
think it's
mouth.
perfect. Thank
you. You're perfect.
I try.
No, you don't. So what are you doing now?
A lot.
Yeah.
So I got a lot going
yes.
on.
Okay. So you're a bartender. You're a mixologist.
But I would not say that's my passion.
Yeah, exactly.
At all. That just pays the bills.
On this podcast, what I want to do, what I'm doing, it's Wednesday. I'm bringing my friends on so that way we can talk to each other.
Yeah, of course.
Have fun, get it recorded. Simon is the magician behind all of it.
Sexy Simon, that's what I call him.
Sexy Simon.
Sexy Simon.
Another producer shirt. I like that.
He's a good man.
Yeah. Okay.
Shout out Simon. Shout out Simon.
What I'm going to be doing is, so for this type of podcast, the reason why I have it is because a lot of people on social media, business owners, let's just call them social media in general. So whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, blah, 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 Snapchat, all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You always look good.
I'm gonna hit this vape. Hold up.
Okay.
Keep
No, yeah. You know, I'm going to pause.
Keep drugging along.
They always look good on social media. And it really pisses me off because what happened whenever I was starting my career is I thought everything for them was hunky-dory. And they looked really, really like put together.
Elaborate on that.
We will.
Okay.
And so the reason why I have this podcast, I wanted to start a podcast and named it Sips and Slides. Sips, so that way I could hang out with my friends. Slides, so that way it's not too
Sip that water.
not too complicated, not too like suit and tie.
It also slips off the tongue good. Sips and slides. I almost said slip. Sips and slides.
I'm gonna be bringing it back later. It's gonna be called, because I shoot boudoir. So the other podcast, the offshoot, is Sips and Nips, and so I'll be bringing on my
I don't know why. That's fucking hilarious.
Isn't it good?
It's good. It's good. It's good shit.
So I started this because I got so fucking pissed off at people who curate their social media to make it look so good, when in reality they're having panic attacks in their kitchen, trying to make shit happen.
Yep.
And I don't think I think it's better to be transparent, like your shirt, with your audience. I think it'd be better to be transparent.
In anything in life.
But still, in 2023, people are not as transparent as I feel like they should be or could be.
Yeah.
So that way they can earn their audience's trust.
Very strange era we live in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Up is down, down's up. So.
Get closer to the mic. I swear to God, if I have to tell you one more time.
You just want me close, don't you?
Yeah, no
You
shit.
want me as close as fucking possible. He's like, we're in this together now, bro.
Of course we are.
I'm peering through you, bro.
Sponsored by.
You.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sponsored by.
By Blue Chew. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
The rabbit. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right.
It's dirty.
My other one's is Sips and Nips, and you just squirted everywhere. So that's the reason why I have this podcast, is so that way, like, I'm bringing on people like you are successful. I'm bringing you on because you're successful, but I also want. Yeah, no shit. We're all getting there. But in your own right, you are successful.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And
That's what I wanted.
Definitely,
However,
I definitely look up to you in a lot of ways too, bro.
Don't do that.
No, I mean, it goes back and forth. It's like a bounce off of each other kind of thing. You know what I mean? You see someone doing well, and it's like, you surround yourself by 2 dope motherfuckers, you're bound to be the third. You surround yourself by 20 dumbasses, you're bound to be the 21st. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I started this podcast, is so that way, like, people who are successful in their own right could come on here, could promote themselves, but also could talk about what the fuck is actually happening. Because I want people to know that, like, yeah, it's possible, but there's stuff that happens with motivational speakers on stage, that they say one thing and they leave out the rest.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Humans.
So it's like you can, because anybody can be successful, but I want you to tell the audience. I want you to, like, start with, like, where did it all happen? Like, what are your ups? What are your downs?
Oh shit! You want me to go way back?
Yes.
All right, I'll go way back for y'all, because this gets a little bit crazy.
Yeah, because then after that, we'll talk about the successes, and we'll talk about, like, what you and I are going to be doing, and, like, we'll get into that. But, like, people have to know who you are. You know what I mean?
All right, well, let's
connect the dots, baby.
Let's let it rip, baby.
And I'll put my glasses back.
So, I've been in music my whole entire life. I was raised in a very artistic family. Mm-hmm. My dad films for a lot of well-known things.
Okay.
But outside of that, he knows a lot of, like, rock stars. I was raised around Brian Headwelch, you know, of Korn, one of the lead guitarists of Korn.
No, but I know Korn.
Yeah, but anyways, like, not like name dropping or anything. Just people I was
No,
raised
I know.
around, you know?
That's fine. That's fine. I'm very naive, and I love that. So just keep going.
But anyway, so I was like, I would say 6 to like 8 years old. My mom put me in Phoenix Boys Choir, and I honestly fucking hated that shit, because I'm like, I don't know. The first time I remember, like, I fell in love with music, I was listening to, like, Eminem, Lil Wayne, like, Young Money, when Drake, Nicki Minaj, and all of them were in that group and shit, you know? Mm-hmm. And I would literally, like, sit in my mom's car in the garage at 8 years old and just, like, bump the CDs, shit, bro, because that's all we had CDs and shit. We didn't have Bluetooth yet, you know?
Yeah.
Just bumping Young Money, anything that I could, because, like, my dad was hella Christian, and, like, anything that had cussing in it.
Really?
Like, he'd break discs in front of me and shit. Yeah, my dad was hella strict.
Hold on. Let me tell you a story that I've never told. And, like, so I send these podcasts to my dad. Yeah. And he is, like, a reformed pastor. But I mean, he started out Jewish, and then he became you know Christian, right? Yeah. And, like, I found my way to, like, the spiritual realm.
That's me too.
And then we'll talk about that too, right?
Facts.
But there was, so I started. This was, dude, this is gonna be so funny. So I started my iTunes library with one song, and it had the N-word in it. And back then, I don't know, you probably know, but a lot of people don't know this. So you didn't need a credit card to start iTunes. or Apple.
Yeah, I remember that. It was the
a gift
cards.
card.
Yeah,
Yes,
the fucking
yes.
gift cards. Yo,
So I
remember that shit.
bought a gift card, and
Yo.
I put $20, and I put his email address because I don't have a fucking email address.
No, yeah, of
I put
course.
his email address, right? Password. He didn't have the password,
That's
obviously.
funny, dude.
And I bought my first song off iTunes.
What was it?
This Is Why I'm Hot.
It would be too. That's funny as fuck. That's funny
Oh my
as fuck.
God. And he heard it and he,
Furious.
oh my God. He couldn't break it, but he was so
Trying to break the
pissed.
gift card. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? It's not working.
I can still hear it.
Literally, bro.
No, anyway, so sorry, keep going. It was just, I've never told that story.
I'm happy you told that. That's
That
funny
was
as fuck.
so funny.
And honestly, like, very similar with my dad. I mean, I
man.
couldn't even watch, like, PG-13. I remember Lord of the Rings came out, dude. All my friends were like, yo, Lord of the Rings is sick. Like, it's so sick. I didn't watch that till I was, like, 12 because my dad was like, you can't watch that. Like, it's dark. You can't watch it. I'm just like, fuck. So just to give you an idea of my childhood, it was very, like, very boxed in.
Yeah.
But I did, like, there was a lot of beautiful things as well. Like, I was raised out in nature. I was raised up in the mountains on a farm and shit. So nature's very big to me as well. But outside of that, when I was like, what?
I can see that.
No, so when I was like 7 or 8, back
Keep
in
talking,
like the
keep
Young
talking.
Money, Eminem and shit, I would take my dad's Vox amp and I would go back to the barn because we had this big property with like horses and a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It would be like, so here's the backyard and then right here's the barn.
Okay.
I would be right here and there's like a basketball court and there's a bunch of grass and I would stand on the basketball court on like a crate and I'd have my dad's Vox amp and I'd have a microphone and I would look at the blades of grass and I would individually look at the blades of
And
grass
see people?
and I just imagine people in my head like I'd at a sold out show and I'd just be like when I'm gone, you know, like, just
Yeah.
like going off, bro, just memorizing shit, songs that I love and just pretend like I'm out there performing. And I remember, bro, like once I like got awoken and got to a point in my life where I was like, holy shit, this stuff's actually like taking off. Like people are viewing my music, people are fucking with me. Like it always goes back to like little me, like tapping into my childhood self, bro.
What age
and
was
just
that?
taking care of myself as a kid, like 7, 8 years old, like just getting obsessed with like rap, hip hop, indie pop. I was raised on like the Beatles, you know, stuff like that, like the Police, Roxanne, all that shit, bro. So my music and shit is very like spread out. Like I do a little bit of everything. I'm very like well versed. But moving forward into like 10, 13,
Yeah.
I was in the Phoenix Boys Choir.
Okay.
I got all the way to tour, which was you got to tour around certain cities. I hated it so much, and they wanted me to cut my hair, look all preppy and shit. And I was that one kid on stage that was like flipping his hair, like his little Justin Bieber hair, you know. And that's when I got kicked out because there was 3 parents in the stage who were like, that kid's taking away like
All the attention?
All the attention. He's taking away all the attention from everybody. And I was like, good bitch. Like honestly, in my head, I was like, yeah, fuck you, suck my dick. But like,
At 13.
dead ass, bro. I got kicked out of the Phoenix Boys Choir, and I told him I was like, I don't want to do this. Like it literally is hell on earth for me. Like I hate it. But I do think I look back, even though I hated it so much and it was dreadful.
Yeah.
I thank my mom till this day, bro, because like, I definitely that's what helped develop my voice for sure.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
How, man, if we would have just like
just
seen,
accepted it.
yeah, if we would have seen,
But that's
but
the
we
thing.
can't.
It's part of the journey, not the
yeah.
destination. You know, you have to
Yeah.
learn for yourself, and it all comes in divine timing. So, but yeah, with music, that's kind of how it started. And then this is where it gets grisly, bro. I was like 14, 15, and I started smoking weed, just doing normal teen shit. I feel like
For most people, yeah.
yeah, I lost my virginity when I was like 14. You know, like.
I waited until I was 17. and
Good for you,
3/4,
honestly.
okay?
I was just like, I'm a lover. I'm a hopeless romantic, so I'm very just like, ooh, you know, like I'm a little fairy, bro. Like I look like a fucking hard ass, but like, bro, I'm a little lover, bro. I'm a fairy, dude. Hopeless romantic. Look me in my eyes, like, ooh, you know, like
I
I'm
know.
like that.
That's why
baby.
he's got the sunglasses on, because
I
if
know,
I
'cause
looked him in the eyes,
I got these green eyes over here. You know what I'm saying?
ooh, I can't. No, my voice is cracked right now. I can't do it.
Damn, it's bright in here. But no. So 15, my parents they were drilling me and telling me basically like, if you don't stop this shit, like we're gonna send you to residential treatment facility. And I was like, what the fuck
Wait,
is
what does that mean? Oh, yeah,
Residential
okay.
treatment facility is basically like a rehab for troubled teens where
Oh,
they send you
jeez.
away and you're locked in there, bro, for like however long you're in there for the program, however long it takes you to complete it until you're 18 or whatever and you leave those doors. But so basically for me, in my case, I was 15, I was in downtown Phoenix and I was at my ex-girlfriend's friend's house. And I called my homie. I was like, yo, bro, I need some tree. Like, and he was like, bet, I got you. And he pulls up, and my parents talked to him, obviously. Like, I was a fucking stupid little teen, not playing it smart, you know, not minding my P's and Q's in the streets out here. And knock on the door, and I see my homie Jack. I open the door, and then he just, like, slams me up against the wall. And he's like, nah, bro, like, this is over. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, please don't do this. And then 6 Phoenix PD officers walked in, put me in handcuffs.
What?
Walked me down to a black cruiser, bro, and drove me, literally extradited me, bro, 8 hours to southern Utah, bro, like right by Zion National Park to this place called Leahona Academy. Worst 3 years of my fucking life, bro. Literally, like, that's what, if, like, the man that works hard, bro, that's inside of me, like, that's what developed it. That facility was 56 boys. I went there with beautiful long hair, bro. Yeah. Just got out of an art school. I didn't even walk with my class, haven't even graduated high school yet, and you get driven to a fucking boys' home in southern Utah at 3 a.m. in the morning. You have no clue where you're going. No one's telling you, can't talk to your parents, and they walk you through these doors close behind you, bro, to take the handcuffs off you, and then 3 big-ass dudes just, like, fucking slam me into a wall. They're like, you're at Leahona Academy, residential treatment facility for boys, troubled youth. Like, you're going to be here for the next fucking 2 to 3 years, however long it takes you. And I was like, fuck you, suck my dick. Right when I said that, bro, grabbed me by my hair, slammed me into the ground, put his knee in my back, bro, restrained me, and was like, oh, you're fucking suicide risk, like, all this crazy shit, bro. Long story short, I was abused there.
For 3 years?
Yeah, I was from 15 to 18, and I got out of there. And then I came back, and my parents were like, start life. Yeah, and then that's where, you know, once I graduated, I got out, and I started life. I was 18 years old, and I moved in with my homie, Kalen. The homies so this ring right here, this shit, shout out Kalen. This is my motherfucking boy. This is the one that started the music for me. This is the one that taught me everything that I fucking know till this day. He rides with me till the day I die. But he died of fentanyl like 3 years ago.
Oh, shit.
Rest in peace, bro. He rides with me, though. And I knew that kid since I was 11, bro. Like, he was my fucking best friend, bro. Like, best friend.
Damn.
And when I was 18, I moved in with him. He taught me a bunch about music. We started making songs. My first song came out, High Life, with him. And then I kind of started getting into, like, stupid shit. Come 19, bro, I had my first kid. I had my son. And then music kind of was, like, at a halt, and I was just jumping around here and there making songs whenever I could because I didn't have any, like, music equipment. I didn't know how to fucking, like, do FL. I didn't know how to use Logic. I didn't know how to make beats. None of that shit, bro. I'd always have Kalen record it for me. And then once I had, like, my first kid, I moved in, tried to do the family life thing. Had a second kid, my daughter Ivy. Love them both. Shout out Rilo and Ivy. There's my babies. Those my angels.
You do post very cute photos and videos.
I love them, man. That's literally, like, that's a big driving factor for me. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm an emotional little bitch and I'll start crying. So.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, 2021 came around, and that's when I was like, all right, I really need to, I need to become something. I need to fucking, get to work. And a lot of shit happened, bro. I went through court. I went through a lot of, turbulent relationships, bro, like, just bad relationships.
Yeah.
And then I finally got to a point to where, I'm like, nah, bro, I just need myself. And that's where it all came in, bro. I was breeding a lot of exotic animals outside of the music. I had an LLC called Nature Boy Exotics. So I was using that. Yeah, I actually sold that. And then I bought $10,000 worth of music equipment, built a studio in my house. And then I was like, I'm teaching myself all this because I'm done paying for the fees, bro. I'm done fucking going to these studios with people that don't have the same vision that I do. They don't hear what's inside of my fucking head. They don't hear the beats that I'm playing. None of that shit, you know? So once I did that for myself, bro, it was like pavement started being laid down before me, all right, now you step here. Yeah. Now you step here. Because I got genuine. I tapped into myself. I tapped into that frequency, bro, to just be like,
okay.
Gangbang? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Oh, wait, yo, could I hit that real quick, though?
Oh, Daddy.
That's what I'm talking about.
We haven't even, gotten into, we're just scratching the surface.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I got a lot, bro.
I know, and that's fine. I want to know. Because, the next time that you talk about this is going to be the documentary that I shoot for you. So it's like...
Yeah, bro, and we're going to be selling out shows. Rolling Loud, Lollapalooza, Coachella. It's all going to happen. We speak this shit into existence. It's not a dream.
Where did that come for you? How'd you learn about that?
Honestly, I would say surrounding myself with really good people. My sister's one of my go-tos for that. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of shit, but my sister is a very she's a divine feminine being. And I feel like that's important with people, men, women, whatever. You have to have those people in your life, bro. If you don't have that positive support system or people that for instance, my homie Manny, he lives with me. This is my best friend, my right-hand man, Clark Clout. Shout out Clark Clout. You feel me? Yeah, that's my motherfucking boy.
You post him,
yeah, bro. I post. That's my brother.
He's the one on the I don't know if it was the computer.
He rollerblades. He makes music. He's got a band out there too. It's called A Long Way From Home. Homie Nick Black's in it too. Shout out Nick Black.
Yeah, what's up, Nick Black?
No, but sorry, where are we going with this?
So, we're gonna go off on another tangent. So, where did your belief in manifestation and I mean, it could be spirituality, it could be like all of this, because like, you know,
Psychedelics.
Yeah.
I feel like psychedelics are a big thing for me. Like, I feel like every human being on this earth should take psychedelics, not acid. I'm not talking about like LSD and shit. I'm talking about like shrooms, like.
I remember I texted
DMT,
you
like dimethyltryptamine. I mean, I used to have Bufo maximus toads legally. This was not illegal. I had my permits. I had licensing through scientific research. And
what
stuff
is
like
it called
that.
again?
So a Bufo maximus toad is it's a toad that lives down in Tucson. That's a scientific name for it. It's a pretty good sized toad. It's an Arizona desert toad, or Sonoran desert toad is another. That's the American name for it. You do not lick it. So they have two glands on the sides of their heads, and you secrete it only once a year, and you kind of just lightly scrape it off. You put it on a little petri dish and you put it in the freezer for about a day. Then you scrape that off, put it over a coal, and that's the chemical that's released in your brain when you pass away. And that, I'm telling you right now, like that is kind of what woke me up, man. That's what woke me up to everything.
Did you see anything? Like, did you feel?
I mean, like, so
like what senses?
That's the thing is like with psychedelics too. Everyone's like, bro, like what was it like? I was like, how was it? Like what? Like, give me your information.
It probably wasn't anything, was it?
It was. So the thing is
well, then
about
why
it
did
is.
you say it like that?
No, it is because it's like because it's gonna segue in. Ready?
Okay.
Imagine seeing the color red, or like imagine you've never seen the color red. That's what I meant. Imagine never seeing the color red and someone's trying to describe it to you. It's impossible. I literally could not sit here and be like, well, red is. It's like,
I see what you're
you've
saying.
never seen it.
I see. So what you're gonna say is you have to experience it because I can't explain something to you.
I mean, I can tell you what I saw. I mean, I feel like I was, as soon as it hit, it lasts 7 to 15 minutes. And I've tripped many times.
That's not a lot.
No, dimethyltryptamine though, that's one that like I feel like that's one you should just do once in your life. Shrooms, I microdose. I take shrooms.
Yeah, I texted you the other day, and then you're just.
I was shrooming.
I was like, yeah. He was like, I'm high.
Bro, I am
right
on a
now.
different consciousness right now, trying to tap into some like alien messages. Come on, but no, it's a profound experience. That's all I will say. It's a very profound experience.
Okay, so if I wanted to try it, how does that go? How do I go about doing that?
Let me know, baby.
Oh, don't do that.
Just kidding, bro. Just kidding.
It's like, all right, we're going to take a quick pause.
Actually,
for the sponsor of our...
Cameras rolling. Keep the cameras rolling. I got it in my car, bro. I'm just kidding.
Do you really?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have that shit. That is a very... It's like a ceremonial, very spiritual
it's
thing.
a religious sacrificing...
I would not say religious. I wouldn't say religious at all.
I'm just kidding.
Spiritual.
I'm just saying, like, it's a very sacrificial...
The babies. Yeah. Yes, everything,
just
bro. Adrenochrome.
Drink the blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Snort the shit. What is it?
No, it's literally like this. Literally, it's like yellow powder. It's the best way to describe it. But it's the toxins from it, and it's dimethyltryptamine. That's what. So when we pass away, everybody talks about the pineal gland, right?
Yeah.
So the pineal gland, literally, that is your third eye. It's located right here. And when you pass away, dimethyltryptamine, literally, when you die, it just bleeds through your whole brain. It just unleashes. So when I did DMT, the best way to describe it is I'm not scared of death anymore. I used to be terrified, and I think the terrifying thing about death is, for everybody, is the fear of the unknown. But that's what I love with psychedelics so much is you're going into the unknown, but you are going to get off eventually. And when you get off, you come back with such a beautiful like outlook on life. And just it's I'm telling you, everyone's got to do it.
So I do want. So
it.
there's not a lot of people. Excuse me. Excuse me. There are not a lot of people that I trust. I trust you. So if you're down, I would like to try this.
Talk to me in private. We'll talk in private.
Okay, yeah, of course,
We'll
of
talk
course,
in private.
of course. Because like I'm.
A lot of people like to call me a shaman outside of music. They're like, bro, Shane's like a shaman. You've never tripped with me though yet. You've never.
I don't give a shit about. Great. Then what ends up happening? I'm calling him like, oh, shaman.
I'm not a shaman. I'm not a shaman. People just say like the way.
What does the word even mean? Shaman.
So like when you trip, it's a enduring experience. It's very like it's not for the faint of heart. That's the best way to describe. Tripping on psychedelics is not for the faint of heart. I've tripped with people that have absolutely psychotic episodes, and the reason why is because people they haven't dealt with their stuff. They're not at a frequency to accept what that is giving them. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying.
And they see it as something like, it's scary.
So if you haven't like dealt with your personal shit, that will affect a trip.
Yes, it's very subjective per person. Because like for me, I'm at a point in my life now where I'm like, I want to see how hard I can trip to see what like it is trying to show me.
Yeah.
Like I'm at the point to where it's like, okay, this
But
is
you're also
scary.
very self-aware. There's a lot of
Yes.
people. So okay,
And you just have to remind yourself, like, look, I'm on psychedelics right now. This is gonna end. It feels like fucking forever, but this will end, and I'm safe. I'm okay. That's why they always say stay in a safe space, be around people that you trust.
Do you have
Don't
to
be
have
around
somebody?
someone. I would say, yeah, don't do it alone. I mean, I always do it with Clark Cloud. That's my boy because, like, for instance, I remember last time I had a bad trip and it was acid. That's why I don't fuck with LSD.
Yeah.
I was out by these Indian ruins in Camp Verde, right? And we took acid and it was great for like the first 2 hours, but then the sun came up. And with psychedelics, it's like dark and light. It's two different fucking things. If you trip at nighttime and then trip at day, completely different thing, like completely, because your
Two different
pupils are so
feelings.
dilated and they're open. They're taking in everything, taking all the light. And at nighttime, you might see things that aren't there. During the daytime, you might see things that are there that are just moving and stretching and all that kind of stuff. But with this is why I don't fuck with acid. Terrifying story.
Okay.
I was with my homie Clark Clout, and we took acid. We're having a fun time, laughing with each other, grabbing each other's ass, fucking around. And sun comes up, and we're like, all right, bro, let's like get out of the car. So we get out of the car, and there's these two hunters, bro, like on the other side of this ravine, like looking over at us, like 500 yards out. And I'm like, bro, am I tripping? Are we really seeing that? He's like, no, bro, like those are two dudes right there. And we were like whooping and hollering, saying like, bro, we're tripping so hard. So like we thought these guys called like the fucking Rangers. So automatically we're on psychedelics. We're like, bro, we're gonna go to jail. Like they're gonna come out here. They're gonna fucking like see that we're doing acid. Like, bro, what the fuck? And we're at this campsite. They have all my information. So we just start walking, bro. And we're having a terrible trip, just like impending doom.
no.
Just like, this is so bad, so bad. And then finally, like a couple hours go by and we finally start like coming down a little bit, like, okay, this is good. We're gonna go walk by the river and try to fish. Tell me this shit ain't crazy. And this is a true story, swear to God.
Okay.
Walk down to the river, and I usually keep a firearm on me when I'm out, especially like in places